Welcome. You are in the lab room. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 8 in the National Football League. Kansas City Chiefs, the only undefeated team, putting it on the line versus the Cleveland Browns. This was supposed to be a lot easier, but again, when you're the Kansas City Chiefs, nothing comes easy. Because you don't score a lot of points, most ball games are going to be close. But when you play the type of defense the Kansas City Chiefs play, it's A-OK. So Chiefs come into the game, as I said already, only undefeated team at 7-0. Browns come into the game riding a 2-game losing streak at 3-4. This is a Cleveland Browns team that had hope a few weeks ago, lose Brian Hoyer to an injury. Now they're just looking to stay afloat in the AFC North Division. So this is a matchup of two superheroes. You've got Captain Checkdown and Alex Smith and the caretaker Campbell. Who is going to win out? You've got two very methodical, very cautious quarterbacks that really aren't going to take many chances, not going to turn the football over. Whose team was going to win out? This should be a lot of fun. Two superheroes squaring off. Captain Checkdown, able to get a first down with the check down. Captain Checkdown! And the caretaker Campbell. Let's see who was going to win. Let's get to the board and break it down. So, Browns at 3-4. Chiefs come into the game at 7-0. Whose careful quarterback was going to win out? So the Chiefs start the game with the scoring in the game with the field goal, aided by a personal foul penalty on the Browns. It's 3-0 Kansas City. This is what the Chiefs do. They lull you to sleep. They do whatever it is necessary. You want to get penalties, they'll use those penalties against you and put points on the board. And look, they don't care. It's a field goal. It's a touchdown. It's all points to them because at the end of the day, you're not scoring 24, 27, or 30 points. You're going to get comfortable right around 17. Maybe you can eke out 20 if you're a good offense. But you're not scoring 24, 23, 27 points on this Chiefs defense. So it doesn't matter. They just want points. And they're not afraid to kick field goals. Other teams might want to go for it on fourth down. This Chiefs team, unless they're right by the end zone and they feel like they should be able to get in, they'll take a field goal because those points add up and they're going to beat you. So they'll take the field goal, 3-0 Chiefs. Nice drive by the Chiefs for a field goal after Smith misses a wide open Fasano for a touchdown. It's 6-0. Normally, Captain Checkdown doesn't miss. He doesn't miss open targets like Anthony Fasano, but on this play, his footwork wasn't the best. He was backing up. He threw it off his back foot, and that kind of accounted for the errant throw to Fasano, who was wide open. If he throws it and hits him in stride, he walks in the end zone. It's 10-0. Instead, you take another field goal. It's 6-0. So Chiefs start out the game just like I expect them to, play some good defense. Jason Campbell is the caretaker Campbell. He's not going to force the issue. He's not going to give you an opportunity, much like Alex Smith. If it's not there, he's not going to take it. He'll check it down to the back, out of the backfield. He'll run it. On 3rd and 5, he'll throw a 3-yard pass and hope that his back can get the first down. If not, they got to punt. That's Jason Campbell, and that's why I said he's not going to lose you the game. He's just not going to win you the game either. So, Kansas City Chiefs find the end zone on the Anthony Sherman drive. It's 13-0. And how often is it that Anthony Sherman has 3 catches on a drive, including a screen? Who expects Anthony Sherman to be the target on a screen? That's why this play calling was beautiful on this drive. You dump it off to Anthony Sherman a couple of times. Then you line him up as the only back in the shotgun formation next to Alex Smith on a play. And he sneaks out of the backfield on a screen. Who's looking for Anthony Sherman on a screen? Not you, not me, not the Cleveland Browns defense. That's why you do it. You throw it to Anthony Sherman, you get some big hogs out in front. Next thing you know, Anthony Sherman gets around the corner. It's 13-0. Kansas City. Looks like Captain Checkdown. Captain Checkdown is doing his thing, and the Chiefs are winning. They're up 13-0. Looks like they're going to run away with it. Looks like they're going to run away with this one, just like I expected them to. But the Chiefs got greedy. And let's talk about this because I think this was the turning point in this game. Chiefs being greedy on a 52-yard field goal attempt, and they missed. And Ryan Suckup is good enough to make a 52-yard field goal. They wouldn't have sent him out there if they didn't think he was. But this is my whole thinking on this. You know who you are. I know who you are. That's all that matters. Know who you are. Stay in your lane. You're being greedy here. Know your opponent. Know who you are. Know what it's going to take to win this football game. You didn't need this field goal. You were up 13-0. You're dominating the first half. Punt the football. You've got one of the best punters in Colquitt on your squad. Let him pin them inside the 10-yard line. He's the best at it in the league. Let him pin them at the 7-yard line. You send your defense out there that has been dominant in this first half. Force a 3-and-out. Maybe you even force a turnover. Maybe you get to Campbell. He doesn't see it coming. Justin Houston or Tamba Ali forces the football out. You recover it. You go get some more points. Or maybe you just force a 3-and-out like you've been doing all game. You get good field position. You get the football right back around midfield. Maybe you get it at the 45 or the 40. And you drive down and you get your field goal back. Or you get a touchdown. No need to risk it with a 52-yarder that you end up missing, giving the Browns good field position. You were smothering these guys. You were suffocating them. This good field position was like a breath of fresh air to the Cleveland Browns. Unnecessary. Know your opponent. The Browns weren't going to threaten you here. No need to kick this field goal. It's not like you're playing the Broncos or the Chargers here and you got to score points. Punt the football. Pin these guys deep. Play Chiefs football. You got greedy here. You attempted a 52-yarder when it wasn't necessary. You miss. And again, Ryan Suckup can make a 52-yarder, but it wasn't necessary here. Punt the football, pin the Browns deep, and keep these guys underground. You had these guys buried. Underground. Keep them underground. You gave them life. Browns take advantage of that missed field goal and that great field position. 2 plays later, a 39-yard flea flicker sees Josh Gordon in the end zone. It's 13-7. Just like that. Your 13-point lead, your stranglehold on this football game has been released. Now we got a new football game. They're only down by 6. 1 score. So your greediness has been turned against you. Now the Browns are back in this football game. But the Chiefs say, hey, it's okay. They go right back down the field. Dexter McCluster on a 27-yard TD grab extends the KC lead back to 20-7. Beautiful drive. Beautiful throw by Alex Smith. Great grab by Dexter McCluster to go up there, climb the ladder, pull it down, get in the end zone. You're back up by 13. Good. Fine. No harm, no foul. You got your 13-point lead back. Now you need to go back to dominating. But not so fast. You've given the Browns something that they didn't have before they scored that touchdown. You've given them hope. Now they feel like they can move the football. Now they feel like they can take some shots down the field. Now all of a sudden, the caretaker, Campbell, feels like he can start pushing the football down the field. You've created a monster. No. That's a no. You know better than that, Kansas City. You know better than that. Now you got to deal with the Cleveland Browns now. Now you've woken them up. So, huge gain to Josh Gordon right before the half leads to Cundiff field goal. It's 20-10 at the half. See, now you're in a football game. Now you're in a dogfight. You had this game, and you gave them life. Now you got to fight it. Now you got to fight for this one. Impressive Browns opening drive of the second half, capped by a Fozzie Whitaker touchdown catch. It's 20-17. The Twilight Zone. Now we're in the Twilight Zone. Uh-oh. Could it be that the caretaker, Campbell, and the Cleveland Browns are the team that ends the Kansas City Chiefs winning streak in Kansas City? Could it be? Wait a minute. After a huge game by Jordan Cameron, oh my gosh, the Browns are in field goal range. They can tie this football game up. Wait a minute. What am I seeing here? What am I seeing here? What's going on here? Holding. They're the Browns. Remember, they're the Browns. Okay? Relax. Holding. Sack. Yields them 3rd and 30 and the punt. So just when you thought the Browns were going to tie this game up and Kansas City was going to be in a world of trouble because you see a 20-7 lead evaporate right in front of your face. It does something to you mentally. Okay? The momentum starts to change. It's like a big boulder rolling down a hill. That momentum, you can't stop it. Something happens to you mentally when you blow a lead. Luckily enough for you, you never saw that lead fully evaporate. It was almost gone, but a holding, a sack, 3rd and 30, it's Cleveland Browns. It's a punt. You're still clinging to your 3-point lead. Devon Best struggled in this game, and I thought it was a great move by the Browns to go out and get this guy, but it hasn't yielded enough dividends for me yet. I want to see Devon Best pay off for the Browns. In this game, he was working for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was working against the Cleveland Browns, not for them. They lose Travis Benjamin, and that proved to be a huge injury. Because not only do you take an explosive guy off of special teams, you take an explosive guy out of the offense, a guy that can stretch the field, make things happen. But his presence was felt. His absence was felt on special teams. Devon Best had a rough game. 3 drops, and this was the big play. This was the kicker here. A muffed punt and a crucial mistake in this game. Look, the Browns had pinned the Chiefs deep. And I told you, this Browns defense, they're going to give their team a chance. And they stopped Jamal Charles for the most part in this game on the ground. This Browns defense is aggressive. They're stout up front. You're not going to run the football that often against this Browns team. And they force a punt deep in Kansas City Chief territory. They get the football, and this football is going to be probably around midfield, 45-yard line in Chiefs territory. Devon Best muffs the punt, fumbles it, Chiefs recover, and for all intents and purposes, that was it. That was the Browns' last gasp. That was their opportunity to win this football game. But in Cleveland Browns fashion, they fumbled the football away. Devon Best had a rough outing, and this one was a crucial mistake. None more costly than this one. He had 3 drops. Those drops pale in comparison to this fumble that ended the Browns' hopes. Chiefs, you know they know what to do with a late game turnover. We've seen it all season long. You got an opportunity to do something. They forced the big mistake. They forced the turnover. They take that turnover. They milk the clock. They get points. You lose the football game. And that's exactly what the Chiefs did here. They get the football. Jamal Charles and this offense, they started to move the Browns out of the way. They picked up yards. They ate up the clock. They got into field goal range. Suck up, knocks down a field goal, extends the lead to a touchdown at 23-17. Browns don't have any more timeouts. Browns don't have enough time. They run out of time. They run out of an opportunity to get a victory. The Chiefs hang on. 23-17 to go to 8-0. Kansas City remains your only unbeaten team in the National Football League. Valiant effort by the Cleveland Browns. And again, I told you, Jason Campbell is a guy that's going to come in, not turn it over. He's going to be very cautious, very methodical in his approach. It's not going to be the most entertaining brand of football. Neither is the way the Chiefs play. But he's going to give you a chance. If your defense steps up and forces turnovers, you're going to have a chance to win. Because Jason Campbell isn't going to turn it back over, much like Brandon Weeden. And he's going to give you an opportunity to win football games. So, like I said, you're not going to win many games because the Browns just aren't better than most teams in the National Football League. So, unless your defense comes out, dominates, forces turnovers, you're not going to win. The reason why the Chiefs can get away with it, they have an elite defense that forces turnovers. If your offense isn't going to be dynamic, then your defense or your special teams has to be. And for the Chiefs, their special teams and their defense is dynamic. So offense doesn't have to be. But for the Browns, your defense isn't dynamic. Your special teams is, but your offense isn't either. And so 2 out of the 3 facets of the game, not dynamic, because the offense can be dynamic and carry you. But if your offense isn't, then the defense and the special teams or your defense needs to be. And the Browns simply don't have a dynamic offense nor defense. They're just solid on defense. Offensively, they're okay. Special teams, they can get it done, but it's not going to be enough to beat teams on most Sundays. And so the caretaker Campbell loses out to da-da-da-da! See that? That's Captain Checkdown right there, striking again. See that nice catch? Da-da-da-da! Captain Checkdown strikes again. Ain't no Chiefs, only unbeaten team in the National Football League. So that's going to do it for the Week 8 breakdown of the Chiefs hosting the Cleveland Browns. You made this one interesting. You made it a lot more interesting than it needed to be with this 52-yarder. You were being greedy, but Chiefs played that elite defense, hold the Browns to only 17 points. They get the W. Browns go to 3-5. Chiefs are now 8-0 on the season. Big win for the Kansas City Chiefs as they extend that winning streak to 8. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the Lab Room. I'm not done yet. Got more games to break down. Come on back as I continue to break down week number 8 in the National Football League.